my fellow honorees, all well-deserved, representing great bodies of work. Jim, Peter, Dan, thank you very much. As Jim mentioned, in my career of 47 years, I was fortunate to have worked with and for Rick Buckley and the Buckley family for all of that time. It's very unusual and atypical, I know, but it was a great opportunity and helped me support my family for almost 5 decades. A very, very special thanks to them. To Rick, who left us all too suddenly, thanks, my friend, it was a great ride. Last night I was very surprised, in all places, at a bar, to find sitting there Connie Buckley, who's with us here today. Connie, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Along with Connie is Kathy Baker. Kathy was our Executive Vice President in California for over 3 decades. Nobody leaves Buckley. And Kathy, thank you so much for being here today. I have attended this breakfast for many, many years and always came away with a feeling of community and seemingly bonds us as broadcasters. When I look out there today, I see many familiar faces and new ones who will be the Ward Quaal designees in years to come. In those 47 years, I came away with a few observations that have stayed with me through the times I am obviously facing today. The most compelling one is that we're all fortunate having to be in this business and develop friendships that will last a lifetime. Business associates became something much more over time. They became friends. I was so very surprised once word got out of my difficulties of the number of phone calls, texts, emails, and general good wishes that I was in receipt of. It has been more than rewarding, it's been healing. You don't know, as you go through decades in this business, the quality of your relationships. Jeff Smillian calls me once a quarter, and I know that Jeff has more pressing issues than talk to me. Erica Farber, the same thing. Phil Lombardo has become annoying, asking me to go to lunch. But I think, Phil, it's a little disingenuous, taking into consideration our relative net worth, that you insisted I buy lunch. Something's wrong there. At least when I go to Jersey Shore, Dave Kennedy buys for it. And many, many others. Even Dick Foreman calls me and he knows that I don't have any more radio stations to sell. What kind of broker is that again? We are, as a group, have been quite a resilient group, faced with many and continual challenges over the years. The broadcasters, however, soldier on and defy the naysayers with continued energy, innovation, and entrepreneurialism. The landscape today is again evolving, and the opportunities, in my view, are limitless. To those who lead today, I urge you, in an unsolicited way, to be very cognizant of your responsibility to the men and women who represent us at the point of sale. Their ability to sustain a career in this business will yield great return on investment in the future. At Buckley over the years, I think we defied logic in our ability to survive where many private companies were failing. We were born pre-consolidation, and then we were faced with the new reality of survival. As I try to turn my page. We tried to survive as an independent and privately owned company. We adopted the slogan, proudly private, and worked hard to hire, train, motivate, compensate, and retain good employees. Our cost of sale was always higher, as we had to support our people with an opportunity to earn a respectable living. We survived and flourished for over 25 years in New York City with WOR as a freestanding AM in that market. We survived and flourished for 57 years in Hartford with a freestanding FM. I am most proud of our performance after the recession. We were, as you were, severely challenged and faced with the reality of our business never ever being the same. We strived to be as compassionate as possible with cost-saving synergies, all the while retaining the culture we had developed over the decades where we considered people as our most valuable resource. I am very proud of our ability to do this and be relevant as broadcasters as we went through the years. As Jim chronicled, and as Rick always told me, that regardless of the scale of our company, we always wanted to be part of this great industry. I was fortunate to have served a 6-year elected term on the NAB Board of Directors, a multi-year tenure on the RAB Board where I was chair during a very turbulent time, and a successor term on the Broadcasters Foundation Board. I'm also a lifetime member of the New Jersey Broadcasters Board of Directors. In closing, I have worked forever with the reality of what this business means to me personally and professionally. The professional part is always easily documented. The personal part is always more telling. I must thank my family, represented here today by my 2 boys, Greg and Nick, who I am so most proud of. They have, with their wonderful spouses, given Barb and me 5 amazingly wonderful grandchildren, which you can see in the book. On an anecdotal note, the boys might or might not remember when we were living in Princeton Junction during those rep years, and I was in New York City. And those are the days when clients came in, you have to have dinner 3 nights a week. And always running to make the 9:45 or God forbid the 10:30 from Penn Station. On a few of those nights, thankfully it wasn't that many, the tap on the shoulder came from the conductor. He said, "You're in Trenton." I said, "What?" "I'm in Trenton." And those were the days before cell phones. So I had to schlep to a payphone and call my wife late at night. And she had to drag 2 little kids out of bed and go from Princeton to Trenton to get me. It defines family commitment that we all have in this business that goes well beyond, in my view, what the norm could be. A formal thank you to her, who's not here today, for enduring 4+ decades of life in this business. I love you for it, Barb, and thank you. Thank you all once again for this recognition. It will remain a very important part of me, and I always remember this morning. Life is what happens to you, and I have come to grips with that. Now, every day is a gift. Today was a good day, and I thank you again for it. Thank you.